It's on top. Not going in. Not going in. Not going in. Activating the bottom. Going in. Deactivating the bottom. Not going in. What is up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. I hope everybody's doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. And I've got a couple of things to show you today. So over here, there's all these things. We're going to talk about those in a second. But over here, I've got like 3 dense cobblestone generator. And pretty much I'm using drawers to make octuple compressed cobblestone. The thing I didn't know is I was looking at the cobblestone and turns out I was trying to make this and I thought it was octuple when it's sextuple. So yeah, a little bit less than I thought. But yeah, so we kind of got octuple and like it's used for this. So it's kind of good that we got that at the same time. But it's not the one that we will need. Also, I want to show you this. It made me laugh. So there's a dropper with a block under, and when I write food, food, it gives me food. So yeah, pretty much it's just a chat detector with the word food, and it drops something when it activates. I thought it was freaking funny. But yeah, it's not really useful because, well, it gives one at a time. But yeah. Also, if we go at the bottom, oh no, there's a zombie. I don't know why there was a zombie there. But, as you saw, he's kind of in the wall. Because there's a sneaky block, sneaky false block. So that way we can pass. And I've also modified the bottom. As we're doing stuff over here, I decided that why not actually make the thing look like it's part of the base. Instead of just having like a bottom that like just serves no reason. So one thing we kind of want to do is I'm going to activate F7 because I have no idea where they spawn. It's kind of ridiculous because I don't see any place where they could spawn, but they seem to spawn over here somewhere. So I'm not sure exactly what to do about it. It's like the 3rd time that I get a mob here. So I'm not sure. Maybe like I just need to put something here and it's going to fix it. But it's kind of cool. I like the thing at the bottom. But let's talk about these things here. So we've got like stuff that we're going to need to make some crafts. Like lumium we need. We're going to need gel creotium. We're going to need destabilized redstone for the future. Energized glowstone. I'm pretty sure we also need energized glowstone. So if we look here, you need it to make the lumium ingot. Unless... No, you really need it with the fluid infuser with tin silver alloy ingot. So there's a couple of things like this that we need to do. So I was thinking that we could make a couple of machines to melt the material automatically while we do other things. And at the same time, we could store these into our system. So what I did is I started crafting storage. So one of these can have 5, it does not say storage, storage, there we go. So if we look here, this thing can have 5 fluid and 4,194,304 fluid byte. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in and we're going to choose 5 fluid. So I was thinking of gelid cryotium, redstone, this and that. So these are 5 fluids. I did make another one for the future to have 10 fluids that we can store into our system. But these are going to be the fluids that we're going to put in there. The reason is lumium is actually used, if we look at this here, to make the reinforced cell, which is needed for the future. So that's pretty cool, because this thing, well, you need it, and I don't know why my game just froze. It seems to be happening more and more, and I don't know why. But yeah, you need it for like this here, you need it for the solar array tier 4, And this thing here, wait, when I click it, you need it for this one, and this one needs for this, needs it for that. Need it for these over here, for the machine structure, machine structure. Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, there's a bunch of things like this. You also need it to make the resonant one, then the resonant one goes here, and this one is used for dimension stuff, for this, for that, for this over here. So yeah, pretty much as I said, these are the one that we need. That kind of makes it that we're going to need to make a couple of things. Fluid transposers. So the fluid transposers are going to be the one that are going to put the liquid into something. Except the lumium, as you saw, we need to use the other machines, but we will need a magma crucible. So the magma crucible is going to do the opposite. It's going to melt what you put inside of it. So if we look at the recipe, we need 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Easy enough. But I kind of wanted to have those to be the best they can be. So we're going to do 4 upgrades. The reason I do 4 is because I've got 1 here. Oh, and yeah, I kind of forgot. That's not exactly what we wanted to make. We wanted to make this thing here. Because the thing is, you need to have all of them together to make the upgrades properly. So that's kind of what is missing right now. So let's put this thing over here. Perfect. So let's do kit. And this thing here, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. So it's going to do all of it. But it's missing copper glass? Why is it copper glass? I don't understand the copper glass. It should be using fused glass. Let's see which of the recipe does that. Okay, it's probably this one here. And grab fuse glass. There we go. That makes more sense to me. Alright, so let's grab this thing here. Oops. No. Fused glass, not the other one. There we go. Alright, so let's put this thing over here, and let's try this again. So, kit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. And there we go. Now we can craft it. So yeah, I pretty much prepared everything for this. I've also looked a little bit into the storage because I'm thinking that I might want to try to do a couple of those, but the thing is they need ender dust. So that means we need to make a pulverizer because that's the only thing that can make this. So there we go. We've got a pulverizer, and again, let's make another kit for it because we can. So let's do this, let's do start, and let's check our kit. We're also going to need some augments, because the only thing we want to do is make them go faster. So pretty much the only thing you want is this, if I remember properly. There's a couple of things I believe for the magma machine thingy doodler. Magma crucible, greatly increased lava production speed. We're not doing this, so yeah, it doesn't apply to us. How's this thing doing? Why is it not doing any of the fused quartz? What the heck? I think there might be an issue with the fused quartz. So let's grab some quartz. And let's check the system. We're going to fix the recipe after. So I believe it's not this. Huh. Okay, I thought it was this that you could put. Okay, let's do fused quartz. Alloy melter like this. So this is what pretty much I've done. Quartz? Oh, look at this. This is stupid. This is really stupid. Because you need to separate it, so you can't automate it. Wow, that's ridiculously stupid. Wow. All right. Now that I know, now that I know, the thing I think I can do, thinking. Yeah, that won't work. So I'm not sure exactly. If you guys have an idea for this, let me know. Why didn't it work? Okay, let's cancel this. Let's cancel that. Let's do kit again. And let's do 3. Start. Now it's instant. It's really weird. I'm not sure I understand. Alright, so we've got our 6 things, our 6 machines. So the Magma Crucible, I kind of want to do something weird with it. I want to put it in the wall, on the wall here. So it's 5 machines, which kind of causes us a problem. So I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Lumium. Melter. So yeah, we can do the Magma Crucible. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna be good. But to make the Lumium, you need to use the other one. Or you need to use this, but we don't have this thing yet. Well, no, because we don't have the titanium. So, alright. Fluid infusers, yeah, so that's gonna be the one. Okay, maybe I just make a 6th one, just to make it equal. I think that's the way we're gonna go. So just make a 6th one to make it equal. Alright, let's remove like this here. I should probably activate this. Boop. There we go, perfect. Okay. So, these machines are gonna go there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here. Oh, I didn't think about this. Our thing is right there, so we probably should move it to the bottom. Instead, so we can have a way to get up here. And just put things in here at the top. Also, there was another thing I wanted to look at. And it was the Phantom Face thingy. So I believe that the Phantom Face, if we look, works for item like describe. Alright. There's the liquid, there's the energy face, and the redstone face. So there's no one for all of them. So that's kind of a bummer. Because I would really like it if I could do all of them at the same time. But it seems we cannot. So let's do like a stack of this. Let's do a couple of this. Oh, I'm running out of these. And these are a little bit of pain in the butt to make. Especially since they need zirconium. So let's... Whoa, I don't think it's going to work with 2. Huh. Yeah, we might not be able to do it here then. Unless... No, we can. We're just going to use a cable instead of... I wanted to use AE straight up here, but I don't think it's going to be possible. So instead, we're simply going to use a cable going all the way to the bottom over here. But like I said, this thing... Oh, that's why we couldn't use let's use the other side then. If we can't use this side, let's use the other one. Alright, so boop, like this. This thing is an insert. This thing needs the upgrades, and you can go in. Yeah, this thing's still working really well, like we've got 160-something thousand. Why is there stuff spawning here? There shouldn't be anything spawning here. There's so much light everywhere. It's breaking my eyes. But yeah, so let me install everything. I'm going to bring you guys back to show you a little bit how it works. Guys, I thought I'd bring you guys back for the part of AE that people don't understand how powerful it is. So the thing that's happening here is that I don't have a lot of aluminum. And also we're sending everything into one tiny little thing here. So what's going to happen is everything goes at the same time. Everything has different speed at which it does things. And that makes it that we don't have the same amount. Like let's say Jelly Krautium is way higher than the other ones. So we don't want that. How do we combat that? Well, in AE you have level emitter. But currently we're working with liquid. So we need fluid level emitter. So that's good. But you don't want to store a crazy amount of items for when you do your things. So what are you going to do? Well, the thing you're going to do is you're going to get your level emitter set up with an export bus. In the export bus, you will need two things, which I haven't done because I completely forgot that you needed to make them. There are two things. There are two cards. So you're going to, I think you can write card. And it should give you the cards that you need. All right, so you're going to need a crafting card, which I don't have anything for, so I hope... Yeah, good. There we go. That's what we needed. All right, and crafting bench. Make 10. Crafting... let's just do this thing. No, that's the capacity one. That's the crafting one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. The other one you're going to need is the redstone card. Because we use a level emitter, we're going to use the redstone card to tell it to stop crafting. So, let's go back down. So, each of these will have one of these and one of these. And over here, we have two new things. So, the thing we're going to do is do not use stocked item, only craft item while exporting. So that means you're not going to use the ones that are in your system. They're just going to use the one that you are crafting. So it's going to make some to then export here. Over here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the equivalent of this one. So it's molten aluminum. And we're going to say emit redstone when it's above. It can be really high. For this one, so can I just type? Yeah, let's add a 1 in front. Like let's put everything at like 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so when it's at 1 million, this thing's gonna emit redstone. So there's no way this thing has enough. So all right, let's do Jelly Krautium. So let's do the same thing. So this thing here, we're gonna go to 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I think that's about 1,000 bucket. So that's what we're going to keep in our system. So, all right, here as well, let's go for a redstone for this one. Let's go 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, and the export will go for this. So you can probably see it's going to start already putting items in there. Well, this one's not going to put any item because, well, there's nothing. So, all right, let's put crafting. Yeah, this one is a crafting. This one is not, so you don't want, like, put it because there's nothing to craft. So this thing is active without signal. So, or here again, active without signal. So it should start putting items in there, but since it had none, it needed to craft them. With the crafting card, it now crafts the item for you to put in here, so it does everything for you. So, all right, over here, we don't need the crafting card, so we just need this, and it's going to start exporting. All right, so now let's put this one, and let's do again 1 million. That's really a lot. All right, so we're going to put this here. And again, this one is another one that does not need to have a crafting thing. And over here, it's the glowstone. So same thing with this one. Turns out we had three too many. But all right, so this thing's working. So let's do the same thing here. Boom. 1 million. There we go. So now what do we have here? So what's happening is that over here, there's kind of a magic that's happening over here. So let me explain. We've got our main network over here. So the way that I connected this part is by using 2 quartz fiber. You can use just one and put like a thing like this or a cable anchor. What this does is it treats this thing here as a sub-network. And over here I've got ME storage bus to the chests. So it takes these as being the storage for this network. And over here, we've got an interface where I say always keep one of these in the interface. So what it does is it looks in its storage, so this part, for the items that it needs to extract. So that means that all of the items in these tiny chests can be exported, but none in the other one. So it kind of makes it that we have a buffer of 64 items in here, instead of just being the system where we're just going to output every time, and we just have a little bit of a storage. This is the kind of setup I really like doing in AE. It uses your brain, and it's pretty cool. The thing also that was a little bit complex is, as you see, I kind of removed my liquid interface that I had here, my fluid interface. I removed it because, well, it kind of needed to have the liquid in there to send to the system. So what's going to happen here is at 1,000,000, these chests here are no longer going to receive items. So these will turn on, they will no longer receive item, and they will stick the items at the top, and that's it. Eventually, if it drops below, it's going to give more items to the chest is going to send the items at the top, and it's going to use the items. So it's a little bit way other than just like putting crafting recipes to automate something. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, this is the kind of things I like to do in AE. Just random complicated things. There's probably easier ways to doing this, but it's the kind of way I like to do it. So that's pretty cool. So that makes it that if we look here, these things are working, except this one here, because, well, we don't have the recipe for the magma crucible for the lithium. So that's probably going to be one we need to make, because we need to make this, and we need to make the fluid infuser thingy like such. So that's going to be something we need to do. But that kind of makes it that we need to be able to grab the fluid from here and set it somewhere else. There's two ways we can do this. By using, again, an ME interface for the fluid. So let me show you. So if, let's say, I would put this here, it would always only use this thing as fluid. I hope this is not a bug and like there's not really 4,000 in there. I kind of want to test because that would be just ridiculous. Unless I placed it on a cable. Oh yeah, I placed it on a cable that's actually connected to the system. Oh, okay. That kind of makes more sense now. I was like, why is there 4,000 liquid in there? There shouldn't be any liquid in there. There you go, that makes more sense. So yeah, so now we can export from this interface with a cable for liquid. So that's kind of a way we can do this, or we can set up something with the ender tanks that we've been doing and use ender tanks to connect a little bit everywhere in the base. That way it's simply going to be able to go at multiple places. So I think that depending on what I do, I might want one or the other. So in the case of the fluid infuser, I might want to have an ender chest on top because it needs to have an item coming in, needs to have power. So that means that I would have a cable in the back being ugly and everything. I don't want that. Instead, we're just going to have an ender tech on top of it, and it's just going to do the job. So I think that might be the way we're going to go. So I kind of wanted to show you the extreme of applied energistics, the kind of things you can do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of thing. But now, let me finish everything else, because I still haven't done the pulverizer, which I placed in a bag. Alright guys, so still not done, but I thought I'd bring you guys back to show you something fun. It's on top. Not going in. Not going in. Not going in. Activating the bottom. Going in. Deactivating the bottom. Not going in. Seriously, what the heck? That's not how it should work. Activating the bottom, deactivating the bottom, activating the bottom, deactivating the bottom. Really? Really? So yeah, pretty much there's an issue with this. I was about to use cables because I couldn't make this work for any reasons. So yeah, turns out you can use the fluid transposer. Yeah, don't need to use the melter. It's just I didn't see it that it was like in the bucket form and not this. Seriously, go away. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna continue doing this. It's going well. It's going well, guys. Working. But there's a couple of things that we need to talk about. So if let's say one of these ender tank would be empty, this one or this one would start pouring into this one. So that's kind of a bad thing. I'm not really sure how to fix this. I don't think it used to do this. You were not able to transfer to the ones on the side before. It was always under. So I'm not sure what changed, or maybe it's just me. But it kind of happened when this one wasn't really running properly. So currently I'm working hard to make this one fill up. But let's just say that the liquid is a 15 bucket. The other one's 600. This one's already finished. 1028 bucket. These are soon going to go up. This one I've been using it a lot to make the molten aluminum. But there's one thing I didn't think of. This thing can take way more liquid than this. We did not need a 4 million K fluid storage. Like, we didn't need that. I thought it was like 1 byte per millibucket. No, it's about 1 byte per bucket. So that's cool. Well, I think it's even less than that, because we would have 1,000 something and 2,000, close to 3,000, and we're at like 12,000. So I'm not really sure how it calculates this thing, but it's just a little bit weird. During this episode, we're at 3. It's not bad. 3. But yeah, so the way it ended up looking, so as you can see, this thing is the Krakaen. It's simply done. Over here we've got the glowstone, the other one that we don't have a lot, so it keeps crafting 1 at a time. I might change the recipe to do like 4 at a time. I think it would be faster, and that's something I need to do that I completely forget, and it's a good trick if you didn't know. If let's say you need to do this here. So you need this recipe here. So let's grab some lumium. I don't have any lumium. Okay, so that's not a good sign. Okay, let's do 10. Let's do like craft 100 of that. All right, so 10. It's gonna take a little bit of time. There you go. We got like 20, 36. So let's say let's take 16. And let's grab 16 and put 16 there. So it's going to give us 16 more. I also had to make a modification at the bottom. Wow, I said that word really fast. 8. Come on. 14. Come on. Oh, my game froze again. So I don't know why it keeps doing this, but it froze about 16 times today. And it doesn't do that much normally. So there we go. So what it's going to do now is it's going to do 16 at a time. And this is a lot better, because that means that when this thing's going to ask to craft them, it's going to put 16 in here instead of putting 1. So let's check. Let's wait a little bit. It should do it in a second, I believe. Come on. Unless it tries to do it in another one. Not sure what's happening. I'm not sure what's wrong. Did I put it in the wrong place? Aluminum. No, it's in the glowstone one. It should go in there. Oh, is it crafting the... Oh, we might need to craft this one as well. Let's see what it's doing. No, not you. You. Oh, it was crafting this and then I broke it. So let's cancel this. So now it's going to start a new one. There we go. So it's crafting 16 at a time. So that's a lot better than doing one at a time. As you can see, it's going to do like 16, 16, 16, 16, 16 until it can't. Because it doesn't need to do it anymore because it got all the liquid. So that's pretty much the next thing that's going to happen. It's going to use a little bit of my material, but let's be honest. I think I'm fine. 318k. I think we're fine on this. So it's going to be good because we're going to get a backup of the Lumium into the system and then into the machine and everything. So let's see, Lumium 23 bucket. That's pretty cool. I like this. The thing I kind of wanted to see, so I'm putting a little bit of tin in there. Yeah, it kind of keeps it there. No, it does not. So that's the thing that is a little bit of a problem. So, Alright, so it's trying to extract, to craft the one before, but then the other one uses the craft of the one before, and the one before is not set to crafting. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this, but let's look over here. So this is how I'm exporting the liquid. I tried to do an interface and then one cable to go to these. Did not work because you can only output one liquid from one cable, so it does not work. The change that it did is this here. So this was connected to the interface, so it was part of this network and this network. So it was kind of breaking the system. So I had to disconnect them because it was always outputting Lumium over here. And it was taking it from the system instead of passing by here. So these are working. As you can see, this one activated because it's above 1 million. And the other one haven't been there, are not there yet. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. The chest, I placed them here. So they're all light blue for the liquid stuff. And all recipes that need to go in there are going to go into these chests. So for the glowstone, they go into this one that sends to the other one over there. So I think we did a pretty good job today. This is going to help us a lot to automate a lot of crafting. So that's pretty cool. The next step I think will be to do these and probably to get like a wireless terminal, because I'm tired of coming here when I'm at the bottom. Like you're at the bottom here and like, oh no, I forgot my cable, and then you need to go back at the top and everything. But yeah. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you loved it, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.